I think the world is not generally aware of the opportunity in e-fuels and synthetic fuels. Certainly, most of the people I speak to aren't aware that the technology that allows cost competition with fossil fuels does exist today. It has been demonstrated at a lab scale. And so, getting this great message out that the future of hydrocarbon fuels doesn't necessarily need to be attached to crude fossil feedstocks and the negative externalities that are sort of diversifying on the daily basis, those messages need to be couched well. They need to be effectively articulated to people without a technical background. Even just explaining what we do and how we got here is inherently a bit of a complex message. And so we are definitely looking for thought partners, for leaders, for advocates, third-party validation from large-scale EPC firms and subject matter experts. All of these things we're working on right now to be able to get this into the living rooms and the dinner tables of your average European or American or Canadian, to be able to say, hey, I read this really cool thing. It sounds like there's a new production pathway that we can envision the consumption of hydrocarbons in a clean way, in a cost-efficient way, and in a way that will grow far beyond our relatively limited fossil reserves. And that story, we've got to get that out there. It's going to be a lot easier when we have proof positive from a demonstration facility, not to say we aspire to do this, but rather it has been done and demonstrated.
Well, Dan, I think you've done a great job of sharing your value proposition with my audience and kind of really breaking it down, explaining it, but also painting some wider strokes of the larger industry, energy, and what it's going to take to actually make this a viable, at scale solution. Before I let you go, if people in my audience want to learn more about you and your work, where do people find you?
Well, first and foremost, you can check us out at syntholene.com. It's kind of a combination of synthetic and gasoline. So that's syntholene.com. And come find us on Twitter, Instagram. We've got a good YouTube going. You can find me personally on LinkedIn under my full name, Dan Sutton. Attached to Syntholene, there might be a couple other Dan Suttons out there, or also on Twitter. My handle's D Sutton, and don't be afraid to hit me up. I love to talk about fuel synthesis. I love to talk about Syntholene's plans. And we exist in this era where we're going to see synthetic fuels increasingly proliferate well within our lifetimes. This is a great story. It's a good story of cost competitiveness, of efficiencies, of reducing negative externalities. And perhaps it's a bit of a singular story in a clean energy environment that often has its own set of externalities. So we're really trying to cover those off and really look forward to engaging with your audience as they reach out.